Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel where I speak about all things finance. How can be able to save, grow and invest in your financial journey. And today I'm going to speak about Pandora papers. Why do people stash cash in secret bank accounts abroad? So why do people do it? I'm going to give you 5 reasons, or there about 6 reasons why the people actually do it. The first thing is if it's illegal cash. If the cash that you have received is cash from illegal activities, therefore things like corruptions, if it's corruption money, if it is sale of government assets as a personal individual, that is actually illegal. If it is sale of drugs and things like that, if it is illegal cash, then you are better off taking this money and stashing it away in foreign bank accounts where people will not be able to see this cash. So if it's illegal cash, people feel they need to be able to stash it away where they are not known, where the activities they engage in are not known, and that way they're able to escape the scrutiny of where this money actually came from. Of course, the other one is in connection with that, which is escape local scrutiny. So if you have made money and you don't want to show that you have made money, whether legal or illegal, and you want to escape the careful eye of your local citizens, where you want to escape the scrutiny of your local citizens, especially if you are a public official. If you want to escape that scrutiny, you go to a country where you are less known, where people do not care who you are and only care about the money you bring into that economy, and you are able to escape local scrutiny. That is the second reason why people stash away cash in foreign institutions, because otherwise they would be exposed. This is especially true for PEPs, or politically exposed persons, who may want to escape the scrutiny of locals upon their resources, their assets and their cash. Of course, the other thing is if you want to invest in a local company as a ghost investor. So if you want to invest in your own country locally as a ghost investor and be able to take advantage of foreign direct investment incentives offered by your own country, that is, for example, any withdrawals in form of dividends and incomes could be taxed much less. So if you want to reduce the amount of tax liability you incur, or if you do not want people to know that you are the owner of this institution that is investing locally, then you take your money, ship it abroad, form several companies that are veiled in secrecy, then take money from there and invest it locally. So people will not know who or what this international institution is investing in this particular organization, and you could be able to take advantage of certain tax advantages as a ghost investor. This usually happens and has happened in Kenya, where companies that have been set up in offshore accounts in offshore countries want to invest locally, but they are veiled in secrecy. So if you want to invest as a ghost investor, that is, your name is not in the local directory of owners of businesses, then you could be able to do that through as a ghost investor through foreign controlled international organizations. Of course, another thing will be if you want to run away from bankruptcy. So if you're running bankrupt, if your assets less liabilities are actually on the red, meaning that you have more liability than the assets that you have. If you're cash flow deficient in your organization, but you still want to have some money that is stashed away, then because when you declare bankruptcy, they will take all your assets and try to pay off as much of liabilities from the assets that they have. If you want to run away with something small in your bankruptcy proceedings, then you will take some cash and stash it away, because local bankruptcy proceedings will not attach property and cash from foreign owned or controlled companies by the specific individual. So you could be able to veil and avoid bankruptcy proceedings from attaching all your cash and all your assets, and so you push them out into that foreign controlled entity in an offshore account. Of course, the other thing is what I have already mentioned in passing, and that is to avoid taxes. If you want to take advantage of incentives that are offered for international companies that engage in foreign direct investment, then you'll be able to invest as a local through an internationally controlled institution into the local market. Again, you could also be able to have a local controlled company that is controlled by an international organization and pays its dividends and pays money that is taxed a lot less in that foreign institution. So you would be able to have that flexibility of having your money received in an entity or in a country that charges less tax. For example, if the corporate tax rate in Kenya is 30%, but the same corporate rate tax rate is say 10% in this foreign institution, if you want to reduce your tax liability by say 20%, then you would pay all your earnings to this foreign company and only pay the 10% that is attached to that foreign owned institutions. And that is how big organizations, big multinationals avoid tax liability. They are not set up in countries like Scotland because it has nice weather, but because they are paying much less in taxes. Of course, the other option is that when you have money in offshore companies, in offshore countries, then you have more financial options. So you might have, because there are many countries that are able to offer this offshore kind of holding bank accounts, then you can be able to reduce any liability or any risk that is involved in having all your assets and all your cash in one geographical location, in one organized country that may have less than proportionate political risk, less than proportionate economic risks, and any changes on policy would greatly affect you. So having your money in several countries will be able to reduce your own risk as regards to political, economic, or otherwise. So that is another, because it gives you the many options to be able to have your money here or here or here, then you're able to reduce the actual risk that is to you as an individual. So that is the 6 reasons why companies or people avoid having all their cash in the local economy but have foreign subsidiaries in secret banks abroad. I hope that you are learning, you are growing and becoming better in your financial affairs. Remember to subscribe to the channel, to leave a comment down below, and to like this video, because here I talk about all things finance. Thank you and enjoy your day.